Yes lads, and welcome back to the FC26 Nottingham Forest rebuild, where I've jumped in halfway through the season to try and save Nottingham Forest from their horror year. Since I recorded the last episode, they got knocked out of the cup to Wrexham, so it's become even worse for them in real life. You see there, the third game in, Wrexham, I beat them 4-1, get me in the managing role right now. Other than that, we're currently sitting 12th in the Prem, only 3 points behind 6th, which is absolutely insane. Obviously, as you did see, we're in the round of 16 in the Europa League against Braga. And this might just be the last episode of the Nottingham Forest rebuild, because I am going to try and finish every single game this episode. Starting off with obviously Braga, but it will be a sim. And we lose 1-0, so I'm 100% gonna have to be playing the second leg. That's so much more stressful than it has to be, but Fulham will also be a sim. But we beat Fulham, Jonathan David and Gibbs White, literally my 2 best players. I'm not surprised. And Man United just lost, so I should now be exactly on the same points as Man United in the Premier League. I could be top 8 right now. I'm 9th, and I'm 2 points behind 6th. I could literally get Conference League football next season. But I might not be here next season. Obviously, as we lost the first leg 1-0 against Braga, I have to play this game. EA are already trying to screw me over, so let's just jump to Portugal. And here we are, the Forest Park Stadium. That is that's definitely not Braga's stadium, but let's just imagine we are in Portugal. And this is how we line up for this game. And I've just seen left back. I forgot to put whatever his name in. I've put Zinchenko in. It's Neco Williams. I forgot to put Neco Williams at left back, which hopefully isn't going to be the decider that makes me lose the game. I really, really hope it's not, because if it is, then my hopes of winning the Europa League are out of the window. Anderson to Bakwa. Come on, Bakwa. You've not been amazing this season, but this could be the time. This is the time to make it up to me, and Milenkovic is half knackered already, just wonderful. If they go 2-0 up, this game could be done, because it's 3-minute half, so I don't particularly have too much time in the game to try and score 3 goals to have a comeback. So we have to score first. I mean, we have to score now, pretty much. Jonathan David, well, maybe we'd score if Bakwa made a run. See? Well done, Bakwa. You've made a run. Bakwa into Gibbs White. Anderson through to Bakwa. Thank you, Bakwa, but we might still not score. Oh, it's got to be 1-0. Gibbs White. No big celebrations just yet, because obviously... Whoa, voice break. Hello, I'm definitely not a man. Morgan Gibbs White. 6 goals in 11 games in the Europa League this season. Milenkovic is knackered. Cunha will probably be coming on... He'll be probably coming on at half-time, to be honest, or maybe the 50th, 55th minute. Good tackle. No, good tackle, I guess. Let me rewatch. Okay, I won't then. Never mind. Did it give Bakwa a yellow card? No, it didn't, so that means it was a good tackle. Bakwa into David. Come on, lads. David with the finesse! He's him. He is so him. I know he's only got 2 goals in the Europa League this season, but he is him. And now Milenkovic can come off for Cunha. I know we're only just winning, but I actually trust Cunha quite a lot. He's been very good since he's come on. But look at that for a finesse. No goalkeeper in the world is getting that. Jonathan David. Come on. David through to Bakwa. I pressed Y, but it didn't do anything until I had to press it a second time. Bakwa. Into Gibbs White. Good save by the keeper. Is that Herdecki in goal? I have no clue who's in goal for them. I didn't look at their team. Come on. Andor, you've done nothing this whole season, but this assist could be massive. Elliot Anderson's pulled his muscle. Elliot Anderson's pulled his muscle. He's pulled his hamstring as he's took a shot. Mate, that is not the time. I need you to be injured. I don't want you to be injured any time, but especially round of 16, Europa League, going towards the end of the season. He's pulled his hamstring, so he's probably out for at least a month. Probably 2, maybe even 3. Dominguez through to Ndoye. Should have probably got an assist. But well, now I've had to take my CDM off. Dominguez to Ndoye. David is not in the middle. Why is he not in the middle? Zinchenko. 2 minutes left. 1 minute left. Can we somehow... It's a good comeback. Wasn't the greatest of games, to be honest. Not much happened. But can we get another goal? No, because that will count as offside, even if Jonathan David doesn't touch the ball. But hey, we go through to the quarterfinals of the Europa League. Who will we be facing? And we do face Real Betis in the next round of the Europa League. That's probably one of the more difficult teams we could have had. I'm not looking forward to Real Betis at all. And the game against Watford in the FA Cup will be a sim. It's so risky to sim a game in the Cup because Watford aren't a terrible team, but we should be beating Watford. So we've got our strongest lineup. Actually, no, we don't. We don't have it yet, but now we do. Neco Williams is back at left back. Luckily, Elliot Anderson wasn't injured, even though he did pull a hamstring. But hey, please, lads, do not lose to Watford. And we lost to Watford, so we are not going to be competing in the FA Cup anymore because... Oh, QPR. Oh my god. I could have faced QPR in the semis and then I could have faced someone else in the final and had a chance to win the FA Cup. But instead, EA don't know how to make a game that has reliable simulations. Because I was about to say, let's be real. Would Nottingham Forest lose to Watford? Yes, they lost to Wrexham, but they should have beat Wrexham. As in, they are the better team. They should have beat Wrexham. Nottingham Forest are a better team than Watford. In the sim, I should beat Watford. In the sim, I didn't beat Watford because the game is shit. Anyway, on to Nottingham Forest. On to Real Betis. The first leg of the quarterfinals in the Europa League. Who else is even in the Europa League? Porto, Freiburg, Lille, Ferencvárosi, Aston Villa and Roma. Not really an easy team left apart from maybe Ferencvárosi, or however you say their name. I don't know how, so I'm just never going to say it again. But Real Betis are one hell of a team, so I must play this game. Let's just get to the City Ground. And here we are at the City Ground. The fans are already here. Who do Real Betis have? I said Real Betis are a good team, but I can't remember if they're doing bad in real life. I know Fiorentina aren't doing great, but I swear Real Betis are doing bad as well. Maybe I'm just tweaking, but hey, I'm probably tweaking. And I might have accidentally skipped the team lineups, but this is ours. It's pretty much, it's our strongest lineup apart from Neco Williams isn't at left back, but this time I actually wanted Zinchenko to play. To Anderson, hopefully he doesn't injure himself this game. Would be quite helpful. Dominguez to Ndoye. It's like, Real Betis are going to be a very, very difficult team. I'm half expecting Real Betis to be the team that knock us out of this cup. And then I'll just have nothing left. Oh, it's a great pass into a bead. That's a good pass again. My lads, come on. We need a bit stronger, please. Bit better passing, bit better tackling. We haven't had a shot yet. Again. Ndoye to Gibbs White. That's not Gibbs White, that's David. Ndoye to Gibbs White for real this time. Morgan Gibbs White with his 7th goal in the Europa League this season. He is him in this cup. It was meant to go to Gibbs White initially, but hey, as long as we score a goal, I don't care how we score a goal. I just want to score, and that is a beautiful goal from the Englishman. Come on. Ref, do not blow the whistle. I've got one more attacking me, ref. I said don't blow the whistle. And what do? You blow the whistle. I was actually about to pass it through to Hudson-Odoi and then maybe score a goal. David back to Elliot Anderson, who goes into Hudson-Odoi. This could be 2-0. This should be 2-0. It's not 2-0. Oh, the woodwork has cucked me. Anthony, great player, in a great position, with a great pass into Hernandez. And what a save by Salles. What a save. Hudson-Odoi, probably his last touch of the ball in this game, because he's being subbed off. And I wish I could sub off half of my players because they can't pass. But is that the players or is it the game? I know it's the game because it's a shit game. But I still play it anyway because I love it. As well. Oh, it's going to be 1-1 now. It's got to be 1-1 now. Great save by Matt Sowles again. If we can counter-attack now and somehow get 2-0 out of this game, I'd be the luckiest 2-0 I've ever had in my life. Backward to David, to Gibbs-White. There's no way we're getting 2-0! Come on! 8 goals in 12 games, Gibbs-White. The fans love Gibbs-White. I love Gibbs-White as the manager because he might have just sent me through to the semi-final of the Europa League because I think I'm going to sim the second leg against Real Betis. I feel it. Going into the second leg 2-0 is huge. I know we're playing away from home in the second leg, but I really, really want to sim it. I think I can. Man of the match is going to be Gibbs-White, and it is. Sal should be higher, though, because it would be 4-0 if it wasn't for him. And I will also be simming Villa, because it's Villa. I'm probably not going to beat Villa. And we do get a draw, which is actually massive, because they are 5th. Gibbs-White and Ndoye. Lovely, really. Absolutely lovely. But this is the game that I'm worried about simming. The thing is, we lost to Watford on a sim. Yes, that would have been 0-0 at the time, because obviously we're winning 2-0 on aggregate right now. But there's something about EA that just makes me want to lose. But hey, I trust the team. I'm simming it. And we just about go through. 3-2 on aggregate. David scores the deciding goal. And, well, we're semi-final bound, baby. And the other teams that are going through are Porto, Lille, and Roma. Out of those teams, I would like to face Lille, probably. And we face Porto. That was actually going to be my second choice. I don't want to face Roma, but obviously if I beat Porto, I might have to face Roma in the final. But the game against Burnley will also be a sim. We're 11th in the league. We were 9th, but now we are 11th. But Burnley are last. We should be fine to sim Burnley. And we beat Burnley 3-0. Hutchinson coming on and scoring, which is huge. Williams and, of course, Jonathan David to put us probably back into top 8 in the Prem. And it's top 8 as it is. But we do face Spurs. But honestly, I'm just going to sim Spurs. And I'm going to sim Sunderland because I really, really want to get into Europa League. We've only got like 6 or 7, I've said the meme, 6 or 7 games left in the Prem, so we're not going to get top 4 because it's physically impossible, and we're not going to get relegated because that's also physically not possible, so I'm going to sim Tottenham. And we draw against Tottenham, which I will take. Jonathan David scores another goal for the club. Another goal. And obviously, like I said, I will be simming Sunderland as well, but I will be resting Murillo because he is absolutely knackered. And we beat Sunderland, Jonathan David and Gibbs-White, but David could have scored a penalty but ended up missing, but hey, we won. I don't care. And that win puts us 7th in the Prem, which is really insane. The fact we started 17th, by the way. We started 17th and now we're 7th. Put me in a manager role right now. I will make a team promoted. Okay, call me nitpicking or something, but look at this. End of the road for QPR in the Emirates FA Cup. Their galvanising run. But look what they did for the other semi-final of the FA Cup. End of the road for Watford in the FA Cup as their galvanising run. Like, do EA not have any type of originality? They can't just put like 2 separate sentences for different teams that just lost. Like, it's so boring and so off-putting to just see the same thing, copy and paste it onto 2 different games when it's so easy to make like 10 or 20 different sentences for losing a game. It's so annoying and just frustrating to know that a company can make so much money but put nothing back into the game. But after that little rant, we get back into the Europa League. But the first leg against Porto, it's at Porto in Portugal, because that's where Porto is. So we're going to have to bring our A game. Let's just jump to Portugal. And here we are in Portugal for one of the biggest games yet. Porto in the semi-final of the Europa League. I imagine if I do beat Porto, I will be facing Roma in the final, but, I mean, they've got Tifo, they've got crazy fans. We have to play our game and hope we don't bottle it. I mean, listen to the fans. This just is a proper football club. They've got the sirens, they've got the horns. This is why Portugal is such a beautiful country for football. But we must not be intimidated. We have a football team who's probably higher rated than Porto. We cannot get off put by the fact that Portugal knows how to celebrate a goal. Portugal knows how to play football. But this is how we line up for this game. Salles, Martinez, Milenkovic, Moreo, Williams, Bakwa, Anderson, Dominguez, and Doy, Gibbs, White, and number 9, Jonathan David up top. One hell of a game, one hell of a stadium, and one hell of an atmosphere. Let's go. Gibbs White early on in the game, an early goal against this type of crowd might just win us the game. I'm not being funny. Anderson into Bakwa. Bakwa! Good tackle by Kiwior. Good tackle. What is happening on my screen? Like a Pokemon. Elliot Anderson to Gibbs White on the finesse! Oh, almost a perfected start to the game. Gibbs White through to David. David versus Perez. David! Come on! Jonathan David scores from a weird angle for his 4th goal in the Europa League this season. Look at this for a goal. Look at this for a shot. Not a good angle at all, where David wraps his foot around it and sends it top bins to shut the crowd up. Just shut the crowd up, man. 4 goals in 9 games. Come on. Gibbs White on the turn. Good save by Diogo Costa. Very good save. I want 2 or 3 goals. I'm not being funny. I want to sim the second leg. I really want to just sim the second leg. And Dominguez to Bakwa into Elliot Anderson. Into David. He's going to be offside, though. He is! Just slightly offside. If we watch this replay... Okay, he's actually quite far offside. Actually, he's half of his body's offside. 3/4 of his body is offside. Never mind. It wasn't close at all. David. Oh, that's lucky. Gibbs White. 2 and Doy. And Doy's done absolutely nothing in this game. But that could change it! Good save by Diogo Costa. Again. He is absolutely keeping them in the game. Elliot Anderson with a cross into Moreo. We're never scoring from a corner in this career mode. I'm not being funny. Anderson gives White to Milenkovic to David to Ndoye. It's not going to be penalty. I don't know what I was about to say, ref. Dominguez into David. David on the turn. It's got to be 2-0. Come on! Ugh. David is him, man. David is him. 5 goals in 9 games. Come on. Come on. 1 more goal and I feel safe simming it. Come on. Backward to David. It could be it. It really could be it. Oh, lads. Come on! Gibbs White. 9 goals in 14 games, man. David with the assist. Come on. The sim is on, baby. Let's go. Oh, it's a great pass. 3-1. I still feel safe. I still feel safe to sim it, but that is annoying. I wanted a clean sheet very much. Gabri Vega. Or I think it's Gabri Vega, maybe. I hope so, because if it's not, then I don't know who he is. But 3-1. Let's just not make it 3-2. Douglas Luiz, 2 backward. Just blow the whistle, ref. 3-1 in the first leg. I feel safe to sim the second leg. Come on! But obviously the game against Chelsea will also be a sim. And we do lose. Hey, who's Gerard? I guess that's Gerard Moreno. But hey, I don't mind. We lost. I don't mind. But the second leg of the semi-final in the Europa League is what we care about most. I'm taking out Zinchenko because I need my strongest defence for this game. Neco Williams is in. And we win 3-2, 6-3 on aggregate. David Arnau Martinez and Anderson. Huge. Now we're in the final, of course, and it's against Roma, the one team I didn't want to play. They've got Dybala. I don't want to play against Dybala because he's amazing. But obviously the remaining games in the Premier League will all be simmed. We beat Newcastle 2-1, Elliot Anderson and David, with David missing another penalty, but hey, we won, I don't care. But the final of the Europa League versus Roma. Let's just jump to whatever stadium we're playing in. And here we are at the Besiktas Stadium for the Europa League final versus Roma. Look at this beauty. The best trophy, the best looking trophy. This trophy, the Europa League, looks better than the Champions League trophy. Argue with a wall, but I am now under the ground. So, who's the real winner? But Gibbs White, the captain, walking us out. We've beat Porto, we've beat Real Betis, we beat Braga. Can we beat Roma to win the whole thing? That would be one hell of an achievement. And this is how we line up for this game in the final. We've got Sals, Martinez, Milenkovic, Murillo, Neco Williams, Anderson, Dominguez and Doy, Gibbs White, Bakwa on the left and David up top. And this is how Roma line up for this game. They're going with a very, very weird formation, but I have a slight feeling it's going to work. They've got Hermoso, they've got Mancini, they've got Dybala and Dovbyk. They are the two people I'm worried about. Let's settle down, no stress. Let's stop Dybala from getting onto the ball, and let's get an early goal. Come on. Elliot Anderson into Gibbs White. This early goal would be crazy. Gibbs White with a Travella in the Europa League final within 5 minutes to send his goal tally to double figures in the Europa League alone. Gibbs White, the number on his back is how many goals he scored in the Europa League. Travella, Travella, Travella over Chevalier. Into the goal, come on! Stante to Dovbyk has a good pass over to Dybala. He's the man I need to get off the ball, and that's exactly what I've done there. And look how much time and space Gibbs White has in this midfield. So they're playing 3-back. And they have a wide team. Gibbs White, come on. To David. Jonathan David! So there's 2-0 up. Just under 30 minutes into the final. Come on, come on, could be in for a trophy. Oh, come on. Oh, and Doy into David. There's no way. We've come to Besiktas and destroyed Roma. We have destroyed Roma. Who cares? Who cares about the Colosseum anymore? We have come with our English bulldozers to Rome, even though we're in Besiktas, and we have taken down the Colosseum. That's really, really bad commentary. We were 3-0 up. Into Gibbs White. Oh, Gibbs White, what a player he is. Freiler with a good save as well. Anderson on the corner. Can we get our first goal from a corner in this career mode? No, we can't. It looks like we're not going to score one in this career mode. Next fixture against Bournemouth. I don't care about Bournemouth. I don't care about the Prem anymore. We've won the Europa League. I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but we're 3-0 up with 35 minutes to go. I believe I can get ahead of myself right now. David. Oh, that'd have been nice. Probably might have been even 4-0 if I passed that. Gibbs White through to Bakwa. Oh, this team is just wonderful. It should have been 4-0. I probably should have passed it to David, but I wanted to get Bakwa that goal. He deserves this game, but hey, he's going to have a trophy. I don't think he's going to mind about no goals. Through to Bakwa. It's probably going to be our last attack of the game, but it doesn't matter. Oh, Sveiler, I tried to do a wonder goal, but there's only 2 minutes left of this game, so you might as well stay with me now. We are Europa League champions. It's crazy to think. I won the FA Cup with Wolves, and I wasn't expecting to win the FA Cup because I was managing Wolves. Was I expecting to win the Europa League with Nottingham Forest? a little bit more than I was expecting to beat and win the FA Cup with Wolves, because, you know, they're in a pretty... Nottingham Forest are a good team, but they're just having a hard time in real life. But here we are. I've rebuilt Nottingham Forest, and I have rewritten history. I have made new history for this club. Nottingham Forest win the Europa League, what I imagine to be for the first time, maybe. I could be wrong, maybe they've won it before, but look at this. Who is the captain? Of course, it's Gibbs White, the man, the myth, and he's definitely a legend. Morgan Gibbs White comes up, and wow, what a team this has been. We've come from 17th in the league to whatever we're going to finish. I'm going to sim the last 2 games, but I don't care about those 2 games, because we win the Europa League in Turkey against an Italian team. Okay, but wow. Nottingham Forest, what a team you are. Taking it over to the fans, they deserve this heavily. They've stuck through this season. They've stuck through with me. They've stuck through with the team. They were 17th. And now they're lifting the Europa League trophy at the end of it. Come on. It's pictures time. Fireworks in Turkey. Trophy lift in Turkey. Matt Sals, what a goalkeeper you have been for me this season. Truly, you have saved me so many times. But this whole team has been amazing. This whole club has been amazing this season. We win the Europa League. And obviously we still have to get into the Premier League, the last 2 games of the Premier League, but I don't care how they end up. We face Bournemouth at home. And we do draw against Bournemouth, and David misses another penalty. Maybe if we scored some penalties, we'd be winning games. But hey, I literally don't care, because we have won the Europa League. Strasbourg win the Conference League, which is, they should do that, but last game of the season against Man United, we draw. Once again, David with another goal, but where do we finish in the league? I think we're going to finish 8th or 7th. Okay, it's not going to tell me. That's incredibly wonderful. We finish 8th in the league, which is huge. We've literally came 9 places ahead of where we started, but this is what we all care about. This is what we truly all care about. The bus parade, the trophy parade, whatever you want to call it. We are champions of the world in a way, but really not, because we're not the Champions League winners, but we still won a European competition. So I would like to say we are champions of Europe. But after that, and Trossard wins Player of the Season. That is one of the weirdest things I have ever seen in my life. But after that, we end the career mode. I will not be staying for another season, because there is just no point in me staying for another season. But thank you all so much for watching the Nottingham Forest rebuild. We've rebuilt them into an historic club. We finished 8th in the Prem and won the Europa League. Sadly, we couldn't win the FA Cup. We got knocked out, unfortunately, to Watford. But hey, let's get past that. We don't care about Arsenal winning the league. Thank you all, and I'll see you all in the next one, which I think will be a Juventus rebuild, unless someone else comments down below something else which blows my mind. But thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.